We start with new developments in the Crocker case. That's where back in 2018, the bodies of two children were found buried in the backyard of their home. One of the 5 key defendants in this heartbreaking case, their uncle, Mark Wright, being sentenced this week after a guilty plea. WSV's Sarah Smith joins us now from Effingham County with the latest from that hearing. Sarah?
Well, Andrew, it's been nearly 7 years since Mary Crocker and Elwin Crocker Jr., also known as JR, were found buried behind their home in Guyton. That's the same home that Mark Wright lived at, according to investigators. That is the children's step-uncle. Now, Mark Wright pled guilty to a number of charges this past August, including murder. We want to remind you these children were severely malnourished and physically abused before their deaths. Mary, in particular, the younger of the two, was sexually abused, according to investigators. Prosecutors say that incestual pornography was found in Mark's internet searches, and there is evidence pointing to him encouraging that Mary be harmed by other family members. However, Mark had about 15 people in the courtroom today showing their support for him. One was his aunt, Joanne Groover. Here's how she described Mark, also referred to as Tony, and the prosecution's response.
He would oftentimes get a movie and watch, let the children watch a movie with him. He was kind of the cool uncle, the fun uncle when he was around.
Do you think JR would have called this defendant the cruel uncle? A cool uncle? Cruel might be correct. The cool uncle, when this defendant is alleged to have strung JR up in the garage with 2 ropes with his arms out, as they said, crucifying him like Christ.
Now, Groover said she never knew about the abuse to the children before their deaths, and she says none of the evidence against Mark matches up with his character, despite him pleading guilty. Now, Wright faces 10 to 80 years in prison. However, the death penalty is no longer a consideration. We'll have more on this case coming up tonight on News 3 at 6. For now, live in Effingham County, I'm Sarah Smith, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Sarah, thanks so much.